Hey, what's going on, everyone? So today we will be talking about critical analysis of the physical activity guidelines for Americans. Forgive me, it's hard memorizing all this stuff, and when I need to speak over some of you, probably turning some of these pages, see my notes, just so I can make sure I'm on the right points. So first of all, thank you for watching this video, this presentation. We're providing the critical analysis of physical activity guidelines for Americans. Like I said, it's published by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. These guidelines serve as a foundational resource for promoting health and preventing chronic diseases through regular physical activity. So the most recent edition, released in 2018, emphasizes or talks about the importance of moving and sitting less across all age groups and moving more. And it provides more abilities to be able to walk, stand, sit, all the normal stuff we do every day. It offers science-based recommendations to help individuals maintain and improve their overall health. So as the future of exercise science professionals, their essential goal is to not only understand these recommendations, but also evaluate the strengths, limitations, and real-world applications, which is exactly what I'll be talking about in this video today. So bear with me and we'll see what we can do. So, gotta do this again. Let's break down some of the physical activity recommendations by age groups. So first of all, we have child and adolescent, so ages 6 through 17. About 60 minutes per day, so an hour, is what they're wanting to do for moderate to vigorous activities. And then you should include aerobic activity daily and muscle and bone strengthening activities. And then at least do this 3 days per week. So a 3-day minimum. Next, we're going to talk about 18 to 64-year-olds, so adults. At least 150 to 300 minutes per week of moderate to intensity aerobic activity, or 75 to 150 of vigorous activity, or intensity, vigorous intensity. And then those 18 to 64-year-olds, they should also do muscle strengthening activities 2 or more days per week. Then we get to your older adults that are 65 and over. It's the same as the adults, but with them, you want to focus more on balance training as well, and to prevent falling. So as you get older, your balance is not as well and you're more liable to fall. So you want to address those balance training workouts into your workout to make it better for you as you get older and as you go through your days. So the special populations, so we have our pregnant, postpartum women. Most of them you want to do at least 150 minutes of moderate aerobic activity per week. That's what's recommended unless medically advised otherwise. Individuals with chronic conditions or disabilities, physical activity should be as regular as the conditions allow, with a focus more on your safety and your individualized approaches. Just wanting to be safe with everything you do. So importantly, the 2018 edition also removed the requirement for activity to occur in 10-minute bouts, emphasizing that that every movement counts. So make sure you remember, no matter what you're doing, every movement counts on what you're doing and how much intensity you're doing it. So next, we're going to look at what the guidelines do as well. So talk about some of the evidence-based recommendations. The recommendations are grounded in the extensive research linking physical activity to reduce the risk of cardiovascular diseases, cancer, diabetes, depression, and more. There's a clear structure that shows the breakdown by age and population. It makes the guidelines easy to navigate and see, and be able to help those who are training and the professionals all know everything the same, so they can all link up and know what they're training and doing together with their individuals. Next, we can talk about some of the limitations and barriers. First of all, we have the lack of specifics for special populations. So while the guidelines address groups like individuals with disabilities, The advice is often generalized. For example, there's limited direction on how to safely adapt your exercise for a specific person or condition, such as MS, severe arthritis, stuff like that. You're not going to be able to do as many things because there's more things you have to look at and work on and approach. Culture and socioeconomic barriers. There's the guidelines that don't sufficiently consider access issues, such as lack of safe environments, physical activity, culture preferences, or financial constraints constraints that make gym membership or equipment inaccessible. Some people just can't afford to get a membership, and some people just don't have the time to get there with everything else in their daily life. So you have to be open with stuff like that, or don't have the proper equipment to do that. And then you have your challenges that are, everything that we have provide what is not enough of how. So that what I'm saying is the guidelines provide the what, but not enough of the how. So there's a minimum guidance for professionals or communities on helping individuals actually meet their targets. And like I said, some people just cannot find the time or the right stuff to meet those requirements. So then the last, we have limited focus on mental health benefits. So there is a connection between activity and your mental health. It is mentioned in the guidelines when you go further and emphasize the exercises role in managing anxiety, depression, and stress. That's all relevant into your workout and your physical health as well, especially when relevant in today's society, because people today, when we're out of shape, out of exercise, we don't look the way we want. It gets in our mind, and we're not paying attention to what we have in life, and it puts us down, and we think we're not looking like somebody, or we're not as healthy as somebody, and we put ourselves down, and it affects us mentally. So that's a big thing as well. And that's part of my real world talk that I talk about right now, because we can also apply these guidelines from real world settings that become challenges. First of all, we have low income communities. So you may lack the access to a good gym that provides the equipment you need. You may not be able to afford the gym that you want to go to, or a gym at all. And some of them that structure a program, you can't find one. And that's part of being in the low income communities. And then you have your time. I mentioned that a while ago. We don't have time to do it. We have work, we have kids, we have another job, we have school. There's so many things that we're not able to put time into that little bit of exercise that we need. So we need to be able to balance everything to get into our physical activity daily. And then another is the cultural norms. So it may influence attitudes toward exercise, especially for women, older adults, or adults in some communities. And so there's also a growing trend towards digital fitness. So like online workouts or wearable trackers, which isn't fully acknowledged in the current guidelines. So it's not really going to show proper things for you. As technology continues to change, how people move, future updates should reflect those things, evolving trends. And then we have some of the recommendations for improvements. So this is, from my perspective, the guidelines are a solid foundation, but everybody thinks there's room for growth, and this is where I see it. So with me, I would recommend including more actionable strategies for meeting the guidelines, such as weekly plans, various fitness levels. So I want to plan something for this week. I want to get this kind of intensity, and I want to meet these goals this week. Incorporating technology and behavioral change models. I can't even talk today. Behavior change models could also help bridge the gap between intention and action. And apps, reminders, and social support systems could all be built to help you campaign and get your workouts out there, get in touch with others, get help from others, keep you accountable. Those are just some of the little things that could really be helpful toward others, I believe. And it could also help your mental health, because then you're going to be finding other people that are looking for the same thing, same goals as you. And then you become friends, you become accountability partners, and your mental health starts getting better and better, because now you're getting happier because you're around people that want the same thing as you, and you're not feeling so down on yourself. So kind of my conclusion is, for the guidelines from the physical activity guidelines for Americans, they are very vital for improving public health in the community and the world. They provide clear evidence-based recommendations. They can help you reduce your chronic disease and promote lifelong wellness. So, however, they might mention it might not be truly effective with the guidelines. These guidelines need to evolve a little bit with the world and kind of make some changes here and there as well, because we are adapting, we are growing, things are changing, more things are coming up, and so we need to be able to evolve with that as well. And as future professionals in the field of exercise science, it's our responsibility not to just know the guidelines, but to advocate the ways to make them more accessible, make these things more accessible for everyone, whether you're rich, poor, don't have a car, don't have a gym, don't have the equipment, the knowledge for what you need to do for you. We need to make it more accessible and practical and meaningful for the communities we serve. Thank you for listening.